I'm so excited to have my friend and yours, Nate Harvey from Great Glen Trails, here on the set wearing his Eastern Slope Ski Club hat this morning. How you doing, Nate?
I'm great. Thank you, Megan.
Excellent. I'm so excited. We have a lot to talk about. Let's talk first a little bit about the club and the annual ski sale that's coming up.
Yeah, if you've lived in the valley, you've been to the ski sale before. It's an excellent way to unload some unwanted gear, or maybe your kids have grown out of their stuff and you need to pick up, the next size up.
Right.
This ski swap is got a lot to offer. So
that is the truth. I'm a full supporter of it, and I grew up. That's how I got all my stuff. As a kid, we looked forward to it every year.
Did you do all six years of the Eastern Slope yourself?
Oh, yeah. I went through the junior program, which we'll talk about too, but every year we'd stand out waiting for the door to open.
Yeah, there's usually a good line.
Oh, there's always a good line. It's fun. You get to talk to people, get jazzed up about the season, but more importantly...
Yeah, so we can talk about some dates and times and stuff. The ski swap is actually next Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
But you need to drop off your gear. I guess we've got some info on the screen here.
Yep.
So the 13th and 14th is when the ski swap actually is, but drop off is on the 11th and 12th.
Okay.
And that's in the evenings. After you get out of work between 6 and 9, you can drop off your gear, pay for your tag, and get it on the shelf.
Okay, excellent.
I think some of the categories that have been, that most people don't think of in that ski swap that have been growing over the last couple of years are the Nordic selections getting a little bit bigger. So please bring your cross-country gear to sell. And some of the clothing has been pretty decent lately. So
perfect. Now, what are some no-nos? Because I know, a lot of people hear ski sale and they're like, honey, get the, 1980 Elan whatevers or something.
Well, it is a ski and snowboard sale, so don't bring your bike. That's a no-no.
Okay.
But I think what you're getting at is exactly your 88 straight skis that you wouldn't ever want to ski on, so why would anybody else? I mean, we have technology, let's use it. So don't bother bringing that stuff because we probably won't let it in.
Okay.
Your rear entry boots that have no liner anymore, probably not going to make the cut. And if you're like, I don't know how much to sell this ski for, I got it 3 years ago, it's been used but not abused, then we have appraisers at the door and they'll help you price it to go.
Okay.
So another thing, this is a ski swap and we want this gear to move because it's our biggest fundraiser for the club.
Right.
And you want it to move so you can have some money to buy your next pair. So don't price it too high. You need to price it to go and
price it to go, and let's face it, in this economy,
I knew that was
everybody needs to, you gotta, let's, have a heart, people. If those skis are just gonna sit in your basement or sit in your garage, why not make $20,
Exactly. That's what it is. I mean, if you don't want to come and pick them up on Sunday, that's the bottom line, and if you don't show up to pick up your stuff that didn't sell, we'll absorb it somehow.
Right,
So we're pretty strict about that.
Okay.
Come get your money, come get your gear, and we
So what's the cut? If people are thinking, price-wise, what are they gonna? What benefits the club and what benefits?
Right. Yeah. So we make $1 on that tag just to put it on the shelf, which is pretty fair. And I was looking at some other ski swaps, and we don't take maybe as much as we should, but we take 15%. A lot of places take more. So it's
That's not bad at all.
So for someone that's bad at percentages, if you have a $100 item, you're going to walk out of there with $85. So
that's awesome.
It's it's an awesome opportunity for the club and for people in the valley to snatch up
I
some
noticed
deals.
that we were mentioning that people could get their tickets now if they want to go buy them.
Yeah, I've got a phone number for Bob and Terry's Sports Outlet.
Okay.
It's 356-3133, and that's for if you have any questions about the swap, if you didn't get all the info here, or if you want to go down and get your tags, you can get them now. Like if you have 20 items, it's going to save you some time.
Right.
They'll tell you how to fill it out, and you can just drop it off.
Oh, perfect.
Because there's only 2 drop-off nights, and that's next Wednesday and Thursday between 6 and 9 p.m.
6 and 9 p.m. So it can get busy. Definitely consider getting your tag early if you're driving through town today, and it's going to benefit the junior program, which is a wonderful valley-wide program that benefits about 1,400 children. A lot of you went through it, whether you know it or not, depending on what day your school got to go. I think we were Mondays at John Fuller, and you go through the different colors, and then you get to race at the end. It's a lot of fun, So all the funds benefit the junior program, or just the club in general?
The club, and they're all filtered where they need to go.
Right.
Whether it's paying for insurance or new sets of skis, or we tune. We get these things tuned every single season and get them sharpened up.
How many pairs of skis does the club own to help with the kids and getting them out on gear? Because not all the kids have gear. With
just shy of 1 million sets of skis. Actually, not. I'm more familiar myself because I'm on the Nordic committee with the cross country setup.
Yep.
And we just replaced the whole fleet last year. So cross country gear is top notch right now. And,
oh my gosh.
And,
that's
and I know that we're encouraging a lot of those kids that have been skiing in the program a lot, or are in the higher, balloon, higher color, to come down and do some skate skiing once a year too. And kids look forward to that, to just trying cross country.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I don't know how many alpine sets there are. A lot. We've got to do a lot of tuning and stuff.
Right. But that's a good point, though. This is a good opportunity for a lot of the kids who are in the race programs on the weekend. Take that half day in the afternoon out of school and try Nordic skiing. It's an incredible workout. I love Nordic skiing. It's my new favorite. So. And
our snowboard piece of this, as that's still a slightly growing sport, is getting better and better in the Eastern Slope. We're replacing a lot of gear.
Wonderful. Let's talk a little bit also on the topic of Nordic skiing, Great Glen Trails. You guys aren't open for skiing yet because there's a huge bike race going on this weekend, but maybe you can tell me what is open.
I guess it's our 5th annual Porky Gulch Classic. Yesterday there was a 2-stage race, a hill climb up Mount Washington, 2 miles. It's a horrible sprint up the mountain, but 50-something people showed up to do it, which is a pretty good turnout. It was 30 degrees at the start yesterday morning.
Oh my gosh.
It's a cold ride back down. It's the only race where they can ride their bike back down the auto road. So a lot of people get psyched about that.
Wow.
And then,
I hope they bundle
the second stage was a criterium in Storyland, where they race around the amusement park.
Yeah.
As many laps as they can do in a certain amount of time at speed. It's really pretty neat.
That's awesome.
And today's the 3rd stage, and you can come up and watch that at Great Glen today. There's a 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30 start.
Really?
For a cyclocross race.
Oh my gosh. Excellent.
A lot of on and off your bike, jumping over barriers, grass, pavement. It's a pretty neat race.
A lot of local racers, or most out of town?
These cyclocross people come from New York, Connecticut, Mass, and then you've got your local contingent that might not even have a cyclocross bike. They're just up there doing it for fun and definitely hanging in the pack. So. And the ski shop's open right now too for sale. So.
Oh, perfect. What's on sale right now? Everything.
Yeah, we've got
all new. Is the new inventory in for this year?
Yeah, almost all of it. So it's a great time to come up and get yourself fit with boots, especially. As a lot of retailers were hesitant on preseason spending, there's not as many boots and skis out there in the warehouses. So get in early. Don't wait till February to get your ski boots this year.
Right. Probably won't be much of a choice left.
Exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. And if people are just driving by, can they come in and get a season pass things like that?
I would encourage that too. We have a preseason deadline coming up soon. So.
Okay. Is the Glenview Cafe open right now?
CAF is not open.
Okay.
But we usually get some coffee and water there and stuff. So.
Oh, nice. So if people are stopping by.
It's an incredible view up there anyways, and to watch the bike race is fun. And yeah, stop by and talk skis for a little while.
Awesome. Skis and bikes. Porky Gulch Classic wrapping up today at Great Glen Trails. Also want to remind you again, pick up your ticket this week at Bob and Terry Sports Outlet, or what's the date again for picking up the tickets? Dropping off the stuff?
Wednesday and Thursday evenings to drop off your gear, and then that Friday and Saturday is the actual sale.
Okay, and that's this coming Friday.
3 to 9 on Friday night. If you can reserve that time, that'd be the best night to be there, because that's when most selection is there.
Okay.
And then, like you said, there's usually a line out the door, and then 9 to 3 on Saturday.
Okay, 9 to 3 on Saturday. Awesome. Nate Harvey wearing his Eastern Slope Ski Club hat, but he's from Great Glen Trails. We appreciate your time this morning, and I guess folks can see you at the ski sale if they have questions on Nordic skiing. I'm sure you'd be happy to talk shop.
There's
and answer
always
them.
a lot of volunteers and a lot of helpers there to help you get fit. And one thing with cross country, especially, that I encourage is maybe bring what you have too, or at least maybe have it in the car, so you can remind yourself, what kind of binding system do I need, and will it fit this and that?
Right, good point.
So many, if you have 2 kids, you've got probably 17 sets of skis, so it's really hard to keep that stuff set.
And that's a really good point about the binding system.
Take a look at your gear
Yeah.
before you leave the house and kind of refresh yourself on what you have.
Right, because Nordic bindings are a little different than Alpine, where pretty much Alpine you can, they are all different brands, but you can just click in and go once they're adjusted. But Nordic, there's different toe pieces for different boots. So make a mental note when you go in, you're not saying to Nate, "Hi, you know, I